On this episode of Siesta Key, Miami Moves, Lexi gets a new bestie, Chloe gets aesthetically rejuvenated, and Jordana gets her period. I'm Lizzie Frizzle, and this is the Recap Corner. Today, we're talking about Season 5, Episode 7, called Our Best Friend's Ex-Boyfriend's Shirt. The ex in question is Sam. His shirt is worn by Amanda, and the best friend is Juliet, who, despite being the show's main character, isn't in this episode because she's in Mykonos instead with Clark and 25 of their closest friends. This isn't where the episode begins, but it's where I'm going to. Chloe, Kelsey, and Madison meet for breakfast. Throughout the series, Chloe and Kelsey have rarely gotten along, and not any time recently. But their mutual love for Madison brings them together for carrot, ginger, and turmeric shots. Apparently not Kelsey's favorite.
What's in these ones?
Carrot, ginger, turmeric.
Cheers! I'm glad you guys decided.
We learn that LA publishers are interested in Madison's children's book dedicated to her son Elliot. She wants advice about asking Jordana to illustrate it. While Kelsey deems it a sweet gesture, Chloe has a lengthy list of reasons why it's a bad idea. So many, I can't play the full clip without YouTube flagging it. But the highlights are that Jordana's unprofessional, that she drinks too much, then says crazy shit, aka is unprofessional, that she doesn't make children's art, and that she's probably too busy buying Sam diapers and cleaning his bed. It's the beginning of two themes we'll see throughout the episode. The first theme is that Chloe really hates Sam and his toxic mansion. The second theme is that Chloe's mad, just like in general. This scene includes the first two of several rants that she'll go on before the episode is over. And she seems pretty determined to alienate each and every one of her castmates. Is Chloe preparing to quit the show again? At the end of the scene, as promised, Chloe launches into her second rant. This one is about Kelsey being a shitty friend to Jordana for not being more worried about her.
I'm like, we should be concerned about this girl, and you're like, it's just Jordana. It's like,
All right, that's not what this is about.
you're actually being a
I'm
friend.
not saying that. You guys always say, it's just Amanda, or it's just Juliet.
When have I
you
said
guys
that?
always allow that to happen.
When have I said
but
that?
I'm sure many times throughout
Oh
the
my God,
years.
okay, talking about it in the past,
Can you
or are we
guys
talking
actually
about, like,
stop?
right now?
Stop.
So nice to see these two coming together to support Madison. The real beginning of this episode is set in an unfortunate change of pace at Sam's mansion, where Jordana and Amanda are opening gift bags from Kara's launch party last episode. Mike enters the scene, and we flash back to a previously unaired conversation between him and Sam. In it, Sam admits that the reason he couldn't give his heart to Megan is because it still belongs to someone else, Juliet. This feels like the introduction of a new storyline, but it's really not. Sam's lingering feelings for Juliet have been on display any time she's forced to interact with him. The real new storyline is about Amanda and Sam. As teased in the season trailer, suddenly Amanda's maybe into Sam. Their potential fling escalates later in the episode, at a pool party Sam throws that we're going to talk about right now. Feeling bored in his big old mansion and separated from the rest of the world by a fence made of cars in his front yard, Sam invites Amanda, Jordana, Kelsey, Madison, and one of his dogs to a pool party. There, a few storylines are advanced, including Samanda's, but let's talk about the others first. Kelsey reveals that soon she's returning to Siesta Key to potentially buy a house with her boyfriend Max, but she's hesitant because she always wanted to be engaged prior to living with someone. To quote Johnny Bananas from The Challenge, someone puts a nickel in Sam, and with his newfound chattiness, he advises Kelsey to buy the house with Max. That way, they can truly test their compatibility by living together before getting engaged. But isn't buying a house with someone a way bigger commitment than being engaged? The scene shifts to Madison and Jordana via a transition that made me cringe like I was watching the Michael-less seasons of The Office.
Oh my god! I can't help it.
You're just like Ish. It's that Latin in you.
The teens. Anyway.
After, Madison ignores Chloe's advice and asks Jordana to illustrate her children's book. Madison wants her specifically because she knows that Jordana, someone who lost her brother when she was younger, understands what grief feels like. Jordana seems legitimately touched to be asked and officially becomes Madison's illustrator. It's a really sweet moment.
And so recently I've been working on this children's book, but kind of also like a love letter to Elliot.
Sorry, I'm like already crying.
No,
Oh my God.
no. It's
so
really
sweet.
I was wondering if you'd be interested in illustrating.
Are you serious?
I know you have a lot going on. So
Sentimentality gives way to pot stirring. Sam invites everyone to an upcoming yacht day, which we'll talk about soon. But first, he's got to decide whether or not to invite Chloe. Jordana advocates for her until Kelsey does that thing where you start to gossip, then back out.
Yeah, I think you should invite everybody. It's a big enough boat where you don't have to be talking like. But you're good with her?
I'm good with her. Yes.
Why is she speaking down on Jordan too, just like everyone else did?
A little bit.
What's she
What?
saying?
I don't want to be. What? No, say it right now. No, you have to.
I mean, I think.
Eventually, Kelsey caves and reveals that Chloe said Jordana drinks too much. Jordana's reaction is basically in direct contradiction with the storyline the editors have presented.
I drink too much? I never drink.
You see that conflict Kelsey just caused? This is what she brings to the cast. You think Madison ever would have told Jordana what Chloe said? Later, Amanda shows up and jokes that she's been hanging out so much, she should move into Kara's old room. She also tells Sam that she needs to relieve some tension.
I need to release some tension, Sam.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Let's have a good time.
We don't see any of this, but apparently, post-pool party, Amanda is too drunk to drive home, so she spends the night in one of Sam's many spare bedrooms. In the morning, Amanda goes home, where Chloe is conducting some important business for her skincare line. That is, until Amanda interrupts.
Hi, Nicole. I got the drafts you sent me this morning. I just think if the QR code is on the bottom of the box, it will just look cleaner. And then there's the sun and moon
Oh my God,
logo.
it's so hot. I need a shower.
The fakest thing this show's ever done is make Amanda enter a room like that. At the same time, my favorite part of the episode is that after walking inside, being shushed by Chloe, and seeing her on a call, Amanda still asks, "Were you on the phone?"
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Were you on the phone?
Chloe badgers Amanda to get a job too. Then she'd have her own QR code related crisis to attend to. Though Amanda does want to work in film, after spending her entire existence in school, first she's indulging in one summer of just fun. And it seems like it's going well. Chloe quickly notices Amanda's shirt, because it isn't hers, and because that's the only reason this scene is happening. Amanda reveals that the shirt is Sam's. He lent it to her because she had nothing else to wear after spending the night post-pool party. Chloe wants to know what bed Amanda slept in and why she didn't borrow Jordana's shirt. More importantly, she wants Amanda to know that Sam's mansion is a toxic environment and that Sam himself is a whiny billionaire baby.
I don't give a about Sam.
Chloe is one of my friends.
I don't give a if he's your friend. He's a whiny billionaire baby, and I just don't have time for it.
Chloe's not wrong. And I hate that. As for Amanda's relationship with Sam, I hate that too. But only because, like I've talked about before, Amanda dates one of her friend's exes practically every season. Other than that vague desire to work in film, it's kind of her defining characteristic. It's like each season, the producers plot out all their storylines, realize they need one more to pad runtimes, and so they pair Amanda with whichever man in the cast most recently broke up with one of the women. So we can probably look forward to her dating Mike during the season's second half. With Juliet absent from the episode, Lexi has slow-motion fun with Kara instead. They play tennis, then complain about the Miami Heat while not looking the least bit sweaty. For no reason other than to advance the plot, Lexi confesses to Kara that the Reddit rumor about her making out with some guy in some bar in Del Rey is true. We knew this reveal was coming because it was featured in the episode's trailer. And also because every time someone asks Lexi about it, she gets weird and evasive. But what I didn't expect was that Lexi would confide in Kara. Have they ever interacted one-on-one before? Have they ever even interacted aside from saying hi at parties? And why'd they shoot this scene as part of the one episode without Juliet? Lexi needs to confess a major secret, so she waits until her best friend goes to Europe, then tells Kara? Regardless, Lexi's decided to tell Mike the truth because he deserves to know. But she's had several opportunities to come clean, including being directly asked by Mike if she cheated. And I don't understand, other than to advance the plot, why she suddenly wants to confirm the rumor. Lexi and Mike's conflict reaches its climax at the party of the week, Sam's aforementioned yacht day. Sam, Mike, Amanda, Kara, Jordana, Kelsey, Lexi, and Madison gather on Sam's yacht. Why would Sam invite Lexi, his best friend's ex, who he thinks cheated on him? Contractual obligations. Sam may have extended a producer-driven olive branch to Lexi, but not to Chloe. After trashing Jordana's alcohol consumption and calling Sam's house toxic, she's excluded from Yacht Day. Good thing, too, because otherwise, how would the cast badmouth her behind her back? Amanda, Kelsey, and Madison talk shit about Chloe's shit-talking. Later, after an apparent filming delay because production is actively losing light, the anti-Chloe movement gains more momentum. Depending on which storyline you're most invested in, Kelsey drops the episode's biggest bomb, that Chloe argued aggressively for Jordana not to illustrate the children's book. Jordana gives the only appropriate response.
Her.
Jordana and Kelsey agree that the cast needs to stop forgiving Chloe for starting drama, for meddling in her friend's business, and for judging people as a pastime. Chloe is a little meaner and a lot more out there than she was when Siesta Key premiered, but she fills the same villainous role via basically the same villainous tactics every season. So I don't expect this flare-up of anger toward her to be any more impactful than all the others before it. Meanwhile, Kelsey announces that she's staying in Siesta Key for good. Last season, we saw Kelsey's boyfriend Max move to Florida. Then, immediately after, Kelsey suddenly wanted to move to LA. The whole storyline was fake, and now it's finally over. Kelsey's decided that her relationship with Max is strong enough that she can travel, even to places 2 hours away like Miami. One relationship, or former relationship, that's definitely not strong, Lexi and Mike's. They're awkward but polite at the beginning of Yacht Day.
Thank you for inviting me.
Always, you're always welcome.
Hi, guys. Hi.
So, how are you?
New shirt.
You noticed it.
All right, I'm going to go inside.
But where there's day drinking, awkward politeness can only last so long. Confiding in her new bestie, Kara, we learn that Lexi's biggest fear is for everyone to spend Yacht Day giving her and Mike advice about their breakup. Elsewhere on board, Jordana and Sam give Mike advice about his breakup. Mike asks Jordana in Spanish what he should do. And once again, Sam's attempt to participate in a conversation is thwarted by a foreign language he should probably learn if he's gonna stay in Miami.
¿Qué pensaba que tengo que hacer? Wait, what?
Jordana, though, is able to answer Mike, so at least someone's learning Spanish. Back in the Lexi Kara corner, Lexi reveals that Sam texted her a long message explaining why Mike is the best boyfriend she'll ever be able to find. Do we think Mike asked Sam to send that text? For Mike's sake, I hope not. Because aside from the infinite choker necklaces and that time he chucked his mattress into his pool, it might be the most embarrassing thing Sam's done on this show. And it didn't work either, because the text just helped Lexi realize that all the stuff Sam says is great about Mike, like doing things for her and wanting her to succeed in life, are bare minimum things and don't make someone a good boyfriend. They barely make someone a boyfriend at all. As the crew continues to lose light, Sam's Yacht Day becomes a yacht dusk. But it can't end until Lexi and Mike have it out. She tells him it's obvious that their break isn't leading them back together, and Mike finally agrees. They have a long, bitter argument. Here are the bullet points. Lexi and Mike aren't willing to change for each other. Mike travels for networking, then posts photos of himself in the club surrounded by women. Mike tells Lexi that he gave up a lot for her, but doesn't specify what. And yes, finally, Lexi admits that the Reddit rumor is true. She did, in fact, make out with that guy from that bar in Del Rey. Apparently, she saw him a second time after. She denies that at first, too, but admits it a lot quicker than the Reddit rumor.
Has it happened more than once?
Okay, I lied. I actually did see him another time.
She blames the makeout on Mike, because if he'd been a better boyfriend, it never would have happened. I'm on Lexi's side because the other side is Mike's. But I don't know, Lexi. Even worse than the cheating, though, is how Mike finds a way to mention the $40,000 necklace he gave Lexi for her birthday earlier this season.
I give you, like, and it's not even about that, but I give you a really big commitment gift. It's not about that, but you just shit on me a week later?
When Mike asks Lexi if she's dating anyone else, she says she's not emotionally available. It's so bad, she doesn't know if she'll ever be in a relationship again. But hasn't a big part of this breakup been about Lexi's realization that she deserves a boyfriend who will treat her better than Mike does? Whether or not this scene marks the end of Lexi and Mike's relationship on the show, I think it's time we all start focusing on the real drama. Mike's sunburn! After a multi-episode absence, we catch up with Brandon while he adjusts faders on a soundboard that's probably connected to nothing. Tanier and her manager Dice visit him with an exciting opportunity. Tanier is recording a new song and wants Brandon to feature on it. Of course, he accepts, but when Tanier explains the song's meaning, Brandon gets confused.
The story that I want to paint is you've been in a relationship with somebody for a while now. You're just thinking about this person all the time and expressing like why you want to be with them and like what you want from that relationship type of thing. You know?
Like advancing the relationship.
Finally, Brandon gets the song's intention. After that signature, unearned BG confidence quickly comes out.
You think you could tap into that, Brandon?
I'm like already there.
You're already there?
I mean, now that it's here, I'm not gonna stop writing and working until I have something ready.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, you know?
When do you think you'll have something for it?
72 hours.
I'm down. 72 hours.
I assume we'll see more of this storyline on the show, but Tanier's song with Brandon is already out. It's called All I Want, Tanier sounds great, and Brandon successfully raps more than 4 bars at a time, with lyrics like, "And I'll drive the getaway car that we get away in." If you want to hear the whole song, the link's in the description. Later, Brandon meets Christine to drink champagne on the beach. We see a montage of conversations between the two that didn't make air. One from their barcade date several episodes ago, and one from an unknown location where Christine confronts Brandon about his player behavior. During that scene, they take a shot to giving their relationship an honest shot. Back in the present, Brandon explains that while writing his verse for Tanier's song, he realized that he needed to be clear with Christine about his feelings. And so he finally is.
I really enjoy spending time around you, you know, and I don't want to be halfway in, halfway out, you know. I kind of want to see where this can go, you know. I want more.
Where was this a few weeks ago?
I mean,
Unfortunately, it's too little too late for Christine. After walking the runway in the JMP Miami Swim Week fashion show, she remembered how it feels to perform on stage. And since up until this picnic, Brandon's feelings were wishy-washy at best, Christine's decided to return to New Jersey and re-enter the world of competitive beauty pageants. So, is Christine off the show now? Was this her last episode? Why even add her to the cast for less than half a season? Don't get me wrong, I thought she was a good addition, but I also thought her storylines were just revving up, and instead, it seems like they've abruptly ended. Chloe and her husband Chris visit Peace Love Me Aesthetic Rejuvenation, a spa where they hope to sell Emerald Ray botanicals. We learn that this is Chloe and Chris's fourth attempt at selling products to be sold at Miami spas. We also learn that Chloe made the company's flagship face oil in her house during quarantine. We meet the spa owner, who's skeptical of Emerald Ray's limited product line, but Chloe wins her over with her impressive qualifications.
Seems like the line, it's a little bit limited, but your vision is to expand with body.
Being fully transparent with you, the reason why is this is my first baby. Once we launch this, we now can take that money and put it into more products, and yeah, I went to cosmetology school, and I was like, you know what, like maybe this is my calling.
Even though the spa owner is picky about what products she sells, she agrees to start carrying Emerald Ray. Definitely because she likes Chloe and Chris so much, and not because she wants her spa to be on TV. Chloe suggests that to celebrate this new business relationship, she hosts the season's third yacht party. Fourth, if you count her first Emerald Ray launch party we saw footage of in the season premiere. Chloe invites almost all the women in the cast for a spa day launch party where they can get treatments, then post about them on social media. Do businesses regularly host launch parties when they start selling a new brand? Like, if I started a sock company and then Target started selling those socks, would they throw me a party at the in-store Pizza Hut? Amanda, Kara, Christine, Jordana, Lexi, and Madison all attend the spa day. Like Lexi's earlier scenes, I don't understand why production didn't shoot the spa day while Juliet was in town. She missed the first Emerald Ray launch party. It was part of the reason Amanda and Chloe accused her of being a bad friend. Now that Juliet's vowed to do better, wouldn't it make narrative sense for her to show up to this second launch? Production should have swapped Chloe's spa day and Sam's yacht day with Kara's jewelry line launch party last episode. All the Lexi Mike drama from earlier could have taken place at the spa and on the yacht last episode while Juliet is there. Then in this episode, Kara could launch her jewelry line while the conflict about Madison's children's book, which Juliet's uninvolved with, happens in the background. Regardless, we see close-up footage of everyone's relaxing spa treatments. It's basically an ad for the facility, as I'm sure they were promised when they agreed to appear on the show and damage their credibility by at least pretending to sell Emerald Ray botanicals. After, it's back to drama. Jordana confronts Chloe about saying she drinks too much. In a genuinely laugh out loud moment, Chloe denies saying that Jordana drinks too much and instead says she accused Jordana of over-drinking. They debate the semantics of drinking too much versus over-drinking. Then Chloe changes the subject to Kelsey, who she believes is out to get her, which is actually the kind of thing cartoon supervillains say. When Jordana unloads an even bigger reveal that she also knows Chloe didn't want her to illustrate the children's book, Chloe is, after 5 seasons, finally speechless.
Madison asked me to illustrate her book. Kelsey said that you didn't think that I would be a good fit for that.
Well, I have not.
After picking up her jaw, then undergoing a variety of spa treatments to reattach it, Chloe tries to blame Kelsey again. She also asks Jordana if she's feeling extra sensitive because she's on her period.
Are you on your period? You're more sensitive when you're like near your cycle.
That's the episode's ending line. And it's really jarring and heinous and like unbelievable for Chloe to ask that. So much so that turns out she didn't. According to Chloe's Instagram, as backed up by other cast members, she actually told Jordana that women can be more sensitive to the effects of Botox while on their periods. But the editors chopped that up into a shocking, chauvinistic way to end an episode. Siesta Key's editors are making me defend Chloe. And I hate that. Thanks for watching. Come back next Wednesday for another Siesta Key Miami Moves recap. When Juliet returns from Greece, Sam tells Jordana's mom that Jordana is a great kisser, and Chloe's Zen husband, Chris, steps to Sam at what I'm guessing is the strip club where Kelsey said she got fired from the show. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you next Wednesday. Happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating. Bye.
This is the main line. Can I
Yes,
take a
yeah,
look?
yeah.
Okay,
Please.
I'm gonna try a little bit. I wanna,
For sure.
I like
crack
to
it
touch
open.
and feel.
Yep.
Okay.